we as GoldBod made no losses. It is however true that the Bank of Ghana has recorded some losses. And for the year 2025, their total loss was 15 billion Ghana cedis. But those losses, I maintain, was the price the Bank of Ghana had to pay for all of us for the stabilization we are enjoying today and for the economic recovery we are enjoying today. It was not a loss that was occasioned by mismanagement or misappropriation, but it was an accounting loss that arose out of the good work they did and the price they had to pay for us. And I say so because the three things that caused that loss. Number one was what? Revaluation losses. What are revaluation losses? As the dollar was weakening and coming down, and the cedi was gaining more strength and appreciating, the Bank of Ghana was making losses. Why? Because, Nana President, respectfully, the Bank of Ghana keeps a significant chunk of their assets in foreign currency. So the foreign reserves that they use to support the economy is in dollars. And they have investments like bonds and other instruments in dollars. And yet their accounts are in cedis. So at the end of the year, when their auditors are preparing, accountants and auditors are preparing accounts, every asset in dollars must be converted into cedis using the Bank of Ghana rate. So if the Bank of Ghana rate is 16 cedis and their assets comes to a total of $1 billion, then in their books they will be getting 16 billion Ghana cedis. But if the cedi does so well and appreciates and the dollar comes down to 10 cedis, then the same asset that was valued at 16 billion cedis will now become 10 billion cedis. So we will say the Bank of Ghana has made a loss of 6 billion cedis. But it is because the cedi has done well. They have to pay for it. It is not because of mismanagement. Then the second reason why they made that loss, Madam President, is because of what we call sterilization. Inflation went so high in 2022 to 54%. And Ghanaians were struggling. 2022 was a difficult year. Later on, inflation came a bit down, but by December 2024, it was still 23%. That was the rate at which prices of general goods and services were going up. So for the Bank of Ghana to bring inflation to 3.4% by December 2025 in 1 year, they have to do what we call sterilization. The excess money that was printed by the bank in the past that led to more money chasing fewer goods, what we call demand pool inflation. They had to mop up that liquidity. And the way to mop it up is to go to the commercial banks who are having that money and say, lend the money to Bank of Ghana and the Bank of Ghana will pay you interest. So that through that, they take all the excess money from the economy. And because they are paying interest to commercial banks, they incurred a high sterilization cost. But if they had not incurred that cost, inflation would still be 20% or 30%. So that is why I say the losses are not what some people in the media, say they are. And the final one is the gold. Because we're starting this GoldBod initiative in 2025. And even if you go back to 2022, when the Bank of Ghana started the domestic gold purchase program, foreigners were buying gold, individuals are buying gold. The one with the gold will sell the gold to the one who offers the best price. So if government's price is not competitive, and government wants to buy gold at a discount like it buys cocoa at 40% discount, 50% discount, cocoa is difficult to smuggle. But gold is easy to smuggle. You can put 1 kg bar of gold in your pocket and nobody will find it. So one of the surest way of stopping the smuggling is that your price must be competitive. Either than that, smugglers will outprice you. So the Bank of Ghana made that sacrifice for all of us and decided that they will buy the gold at spot price and not discount so that we can bring down smuggling. And so because they bought at spot price for 2025, they incurred some losses. And because gold prices also went up and the volumes also went up, they recorded about 9 billion losses in total. Mind you, Nana President, a year before that they had recorded 5.4 billion. But despite the higher volumes and almost the price doubling, they still kept it at 9 and gave us all the benefits. But this year, working together with the IMF, the Ministry of Finance, GoldBod has taken over from March. And so the Bank of Ghana will not be in the gold trade as they were. And so those losses they will not incur. Inflation has already come down, so they will not be mopping up a lot of money like they did last year. So the sterilization cost will be lower. And now the cedi has already appreciated. I don't see the cedi appreciating for the dollar to come to 8 cedis or 9 cedis. It will stay around the 11 cedi, 12 cedi range. So the same revaluation losses they made last year, they will not make this year. And the sterilization cost they incurred last year, they will not incur this year. And the gold losses they incurred because they were buying at spot price for good reason to reduce smuggling, they will not incur. So we are going to see a central bank with a much better financials in the year 2026. But as for GoldBod, we are doing well. We are not being complacent at all. We don't want to end up like how some SOEs ended up when they started so well and then they ended up in losses. We assure you that we'll do our possible best to stay in profit. So I think I've spoken a lot, and I want to thank Nana President and Nana Nom for this great honor you have done us today. We thank you very much.
We have the permission. When you're about to.
A group like this one, and then the practice of GoldBod want to be to or send information to them. Certainly, this house is the apex body for